before he ended up facing charges.
Posts videos of himself to YouTube.
What up, Brad? What up, Brad? We're on this beautiful, minty CX-14. I don't even know what year it is. It's the one with the flat headlights. What is that, 11 plus? 11 to 14, I think. It's got full exhaust M4. So it sounds real nice. It's got traction control, which you can turn off real quick, and then no ABS. So you can stop fast and do wheelies. And anyway, thank you, RileysPowersports, for sponsoring this video. God dang, Brez, you sound good. Man, it sounds good. Anyway, Brad, so this is something I kind of want to talk about because y'all remember this video I posted? Brendan put it up. That, right? I posted that video and it did really good by YouTube standards. When back in the day, if I posted anything, oh, this was a yellow video, by the way, so it's not making really any money. It's basically non-monetized. They say it's monetized, but it doesn't really make any money, so I don't know why they bother even saying that. If all my videos were yellow, I would cease to be able to do this for a living. Anyway, but when I posted that video, something weird happened. It did really good in the algorithm. And then, once it started doing really good, it tapered off to the video I posted before, which did really bad at first. Which is crazy, because it was a great video. It's this video. And that was a great video. It was so cool. That tunnel was sick. And it's just, it's super content. I don't know, that stuff is cool. To like standards of like what's cool on the internet, it's not the craziest stuff ever, but it's cool. It's stuff that you don't normally see. You don't normally see someone riding their dirt bike off into a sewer drain and off-roading and then back to the streets and then just, you know, and wheelies and just, you don't see that kind of stuff. It's just cool. I don't know. But that video took off after this video, the sorry video took off. And I guess what I was getting at with that is that for some reason, like, YouTube's killing off motovlogging in general, and not necessarily just the riding and talking, but anything that actually involves pushing these bikes. So any fast stuff, or even a little bit, right? I can't, like, it's so hard to get away with just a couple little things. And YouTube just doesn't really reward it at all. And even if I make like a normal video, at least now, because my standard was the crazy stuff, if I make like a normal video, and even if it does pretty decently good for my audience, for whatever reason, YouTube does not push it. And I can like see it in the numbers, right? I can see, I used to be able to watch when all my audience would watch, and then you would see it go into the algorithm, and it would literally sharpen up. It would start growing and then just take off really high. Welcome. It would just take off really high and keep on gaining views and traction and stuff. Now, even if I have a video that does pretty good to my audience standards and I'm following the rules and whatever, the videos just don't do as good. And I'm talking about the videos that y'all actually liked. It's like getting harder and harder, is what I'm saying. But there's motovloggers now, so I'm not going to name any names, but there's motovloggers now that are extremely popular and outgrew all of us that have already been out here making videos, and they do nothing. They do absolutely nothing. They have really expensive motorcycles. They talk about things that aren't interesting. They're just not interesting people. and they don't ride their bikes like hardly at all. like really ride them, right? Yet they put on all these mods and all this stuff to make them as fast as possible and then never really use it, or at least it shows in a video, right? And those videos get rewarded like crazy. So it's like the new gen of motovlogging, if you want to be successful at this, is that you have to off the bat find that sweet spot of YouTube's people being interested in your video and then YouTube really liking you. So if you off the bat have like money in your bank account and you can afford to get an H2, if you buy an H2 and then make a couple videos showcasing you riding around your H2, it'll probably do way better than me riding around whatever I got, even if it's crazy riding. Just because that's how like YouTube's working now. I don't know, I don't really like it. It's basically the way YouTube runs now, and most platforms, is it rewards people for doing dumb stuff on motorcycles. I say dumb stuff like literally dumb, like dancing or talking about nothing interesting and riding around and not actually riding the bike, how it can be ridden. I'm old school, okay? Like, if I have something like this that's just a beast of a machine, I want to showcase that, and I want to showcase that I can ride it to its full potential. I think that's cool. And it's not most, you know, in most instances it's not the most legal thing, but I think it's cool. I think that's what's cool, being able to use a machine the way it was made to be used. And a lot of these websites are starting to become pay to win. So like Instagram's trying to implement, which is funny because TikTok's officially getting banned now, right? And TikTok's been a great platform for anybody to become somebody, depending on, you know, what you do that people actually like. But now that TikTok's getting banned, bug splatter. Instagram apparently announced that they're about to make it to where you have to pay to actually get views. So like you have to pay, like, I think it's like, I can't remember the amount, some amount of money to be able to like get views and traction like you already do. So you won't be able to just post things and get views anymore. You actually got to pay to be on the platform, which is crazy because back in the day, people used to just be like, please get on our platform, right? And you know, once you're on the platform, you had enough people on the platform, they'd monetize their platform with commercials or whatever, right? And that's how that company made money. But now everybody's getting so greedy and so you know, into investors and stocks and stuff, that these companies all of a sudden become like this money-making machine. And then if we want to be on the platform, we got to just give them money, instead of it just being fun to be on Instagram and post videos and get views and maybe not get views and then just enjoy yourself. It's not about that anymore. Now it's about like, you gotta spend money if you want to get noticed at all. And then just like talking about Instagram and stuff, Instagram has become to where, like, if you want to get serious views, you have to do this retarded stuff with your motorcycle. There's guys that have Instagram pages with no motorcycle and a helmet, and they'll get more views than I do. And I'm a real motorcyclist on a real bike doing like real stuff. But for whatever reason, that's just how the platform is now. It leans to really liking that kind of content. It's like fake. Does that make sense? To me, it's all fake. It's like, let's fake that we're actually out doing stuff. Gosh, this bike sounds so good. Let's fake it that we're out actually doing stuff, and let's not actually do anything. And then Instagram's like, yeah, do that. It's almost like social media in general is trying to make content creators fake people that actually don't do anything cool and just stay at home, so that what's cool is the standard is not actually out here doing stuff. It's like pushing a narrative. Does that make sense? Like to make people be just easily entertained with dumb stuff, because that's the dumb stuff that gets shoved down their throats, instead of entertained with actual real stuff that actually takes skill. And I don't like it. I don't get down with all that. I'm not my idea of content is, and what is actually cool, is what somebody sees me do in real life and goes, that's cool. If somebody sees me on some street and I just drop back in a wheelie and drag out this scrape for 20 feet, sparks are flying everywhere, or, you know, red line coastering down the street in a wheelie, like, they're going, whoa, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, they might hate it, that guy's annoying, but most people are like, whoa, that's crazy, I wonder how he did that. But if you, like, drive down the street and you see some guy standing by his motorcycle doing some kind of corny dance, nobody's gonna actually think that's cool in real life, but in a video, people will find it funny and whatever, slightly entertaining. And that's just my point. Like, I think content creating and stuff should reflect what's actually cool in real life. What you actually see someone in real life. If somebody sees you in, like, if somebody sees you at a track and you're in a full tracksuit and you can just, like, fly around that track faster than everybody else, and you make videos showcasing it, and your riding gear and stuff, versus some guy wearing a full leather suit and helmet and stuff, standing next to his motorcycle in a garage talking about some dumb stuff and whatever, and then for some reason that video is going to get a whole lot more attention, that guy's going to get a whole lot more likes, basically showcasing nothing other than just something that's funny, and then the guy actually putting in work is not entertaining anymore. Or maybe it is entertaining, but Instagram's not going to push it around like the guy standing in the garage. So I think slowly but surely, because you can't have a bunch of people out killing the streets, because, you know, that's illegal, they're going to keep doing that kind of stuff, suppressing guys like me that really ride their motorcycles, and then uplifting people that don't even have bikes, that just have helmets and like to make motorcycle style content talking about bike things when they don't ride bikes. And then the same with YouTube. Like, the Walterific days and the Do It With Dan days, they could do anything, and yet they just rode around and talked, and it worked pretty good for them at the time. But it's crazy to me because back then they could have been complete speed demons and just doing the craziest stuff on bikes. But nobody was really doing that then. Besides, like, some OGs. I mean, people talk about Ghost Rider, right? But he was doing all that before YouTube and stuff. He came back into the game way later after social media took off. So it's kind of like he retired and then came back way later. And now that he's back when I'm around, like, he had a whole channel get deleted on YouTube. A whole channel. They just deleted it. They said, nah, and deleted it. And I'm always at the risk for that too, but, you know, it's whatever. So, like I said, I'm trying to thread the needle here. But it's crazy because of how good, talking back to the beginning, how crazy that yellow video did, how good it did. It almost makes me wonder if I could make speedy content, post a normal video and then make speedy content, then even if the normal video doesn't do good, the speedy content video will most likely do good, because, I mean, that's what it did the last time. And maybe it'll trickle views over to the last video I posted, being a more normal video with a couple wheelies and a couple interesting things, right? But nothing like super crazy and intense. And maybe that will keep my channel climbing more rapidly like it did last year. Like last year this time we were growing super fast. I'm like falling behind what I was doing last year. Last year I was doing tremendously better than I am this year. I'm still doing good, the channel's still growing, everything's still going just fine, but it slowed down so much, and the revenue died off so much, because of, you know, you slowed down, that I'm not getting near as much attention as I was last year. Which sucks, because the way the YouTube works is that once you do so good, Boosa in there, you see the Boosa boy? Oh, Boosa. Hold on, Brez. Gotta wait for a second. I don't like it when they're behind me and the car that was in front of him turned off. I just don't like it being behind me, Brez. Not for any particular reason. Anyway, I just don't like it that I'm in this era is basically what I'm complaining about in this video. I really wish I was making videos and stuff back when the Do It With Dans and the Jake the Garden Snakes and the Walterifics were all like in their top of their game. But I literally started making videos on the back half of their peaks, or like right before their peaks. And even then I wasn't as near as good as a rider at that time anyway. It took me probably, I I don't know, probably a year and a half to 2 years till all of a sudden I was like doing some pretty cool stuff. And I could wheelie really well and stunt pretty good. Also at the same time ride really fast and be good at that as well, so. So, I mean, y'all gotta forgive me, guys, because I'm doing my best to make the edgiest content I can possibly make with YouTube still liking me. And, you know, I'll try to dump a wild video on here every now and then. Patreon has way more wild videos, at least as of the last year, than YouTube. So I gotta feed the Patreon brahs actual content, or at least actual fast content, we'll just say that. Because they be paying over there, but when I post fast stuff on YouTube, I don't make no money. I don't make nothing. So it's just hardly worth it, as much as that sucks. But it's crazy to me, like I was saying, like there's these guys, like, I'm not gonna name any names. There's these motorcycle content creators now that don't do anything interesting and yet ride things that are ridiculously fast. Oh, this thing just needs a quick shifter boy to be like, wah, wah, wah. Speaking of which, when this video's over, I'm going to make a video for the Patreon brahs, because your boy's definitely going to rip this little doodad somewhere. Anyway, I mean, I guess that's really all I had to talk about. I just thought it was kind of lame, and that's just what I've seen, and as far as I can understand how everything works. I've built an audience around doing crazy stuff, and then YouTube is hating on me doing crazy stuff so much that if I kept doing it, I mean, one, I'd make no money, and two, they'd just probably delete my channel. So I gotta just back off of it. Which is why I also really am liking making supermoto content lately too, because I can actually do some wild stuff that kind of floats my goat and video it and have fun, right? Like, I don't have a whole lot of fun sitting here talking and riding like a normal person with a few rips here and there. Yeah, it's kind of fun, but... And I mean, I also can just ride normally, but I mean for making a video, right? When I make a video, I want to entertain. I want to entertain y'all. I want to make something that I'm like, yeah, that was cool. I'm not gonna ever say, yeah, that was cool sitting here talking. I don't think that's cool. You know, it's necessary. It just, to me, it's just not fun. And that's just the state of motovlogging now. It's just no more doing too much crazy stuff. I mean, it might change later. I highly doubt it. I feel like it'll just get worse, but I'm going to be optimistic, right, and say that maybe it'll change later and get a little easier. I know for a fact, for my case, the longer I'm good on YouTube, the more they're going to like me over time. So I've already seen it in my algorithm just get a little better over time. Ever since I got in trouble with YouTube. But now I've been posting, I manually review every video that I post. YouTube says it's okay to post, so they can't get mad at me when they're the ones that said I can post it. Anyway, I really love you guys. I appreciate y'all watching the videos and stuff. Support everybody that supports me. And yeah, guess that's it. I'm just gonna go now.